back to the second hour of Once Upon a Game, where we take a
Hello.
look at story games and set them on fire. It's basically what we do.
Yep.
We were playing a game that was recently kickstarted called Downfall, which is about a city of some kind, or a town, or a culture that has a flaw. And this flaw is just like a loose string on a sweater, and you just pull it till the entire thing comes undone. And it's a story about a hero who sees this string, and it's like that's some bullshit, and tries to fix it, but ultimately cannot.
Ultimately fails.
It is like a Greek tragedy kind of story, and the game and our game that we're playing today is about the mountain city of Apex, and their problem is pride, and the way they reflect their pride is all about elevation and status and elevating their status. Her. And they do that through names, their job titles, and what school they went to, as well as art. Um, so, anyways, we just finished doing the setup phase of the game, which took the first hour, and now we're actually going to play the game for the remainder, where we're going to create scenes and watch everything come on, like basically unfurl from there.
Crumble to the ground.
Exactly. So, um, so at this part, we're going to choose someone to be the hero first. So that will be either myself, it will be Adam, or Ryan. And from there, we're going to decide in an order based on the cameras below here, who will be the fallen and who will then be the pillar. And then I'll describe what happens from there after we do that. So, before we go any further, let's choose someone to be the hero. Does anybody have an idea at the start right now?
Um, the hero frames the first. Whoever plays the hero frames the first. Oh, I guess the pillar
Yeah,
picks the thing. So ooh.
I'll be the hero if no one else wants to.
If you want to, sure.
Ryan, you cool?
Sounds good. Go ahead.
Awesome,
I'm
man.
gonna have trouble streaming scenes, so please give a good example.
Sure, no problem. Okay, so if I am going to be the hero, that means Adam will be the fallen, and then Ryan, you will be the pillar. Okay?
Okay.
And then, as you can see, what we're going to do is when we're done playing all these scenes, we're going to shift them all down to the left. So the hero will then play the fallen next, and the fallen will then play the pillar, and then the pillar plays the hero. Okay?
Yep.
Cool. So, Ryan, as the pillar, you get to pick one of those 6 traditions we came up with. And you're going to pick one of those, and that's going to be the one we're going to talk about today in this scene that I'm going to make.
Let's do love.
Awesome. Okay. Okay, I know what I want to do. So we're all right. So let me make the scene. The scene is It starts with a quick flashback of we're looking at the mountain, and it's much brighter. It's like a clear blue sky. Everything's much more like lighter, like in terms of like just white and like saturation, and it is like the wedding day between Theo and Humility. And I think there's like a sort of like quick flashback of them like kissing, and like like the marriage ceremony and people clapping and doves and stuff like that. And then it's like the camera goes in, and everything's a little bit more in terms of color, a little bit more muted. And Theo is walking with Humility near the peak where they proposed and got married. So somewhere like maybe like 2/3 up or so the mountain. So like pretty high, but like not like the top. And so Theo is sitting on a bench with Humility on sort of like an overlook of like the city below, and you can see some like giants hauling some stone, people talking and stuff at the very bottom. Then you see some like like merchant rows of like rich silks and stuff like that kind of going up more, and we're in sort of like a almost like a Roman kind of like column, sort of like park kind of area. You know what I mean? So like very clean, very like marbly stone, a lot of green
Yeah.
grass, trees. Like there's not a lot of trees near the bottom. in terms of like green grass or foliage of any kind. It's all like industry. And so we're sitting there, and I look to humility, and I go, so do you remember the time? Do you remember the time I took you up here and then I asked for your hand in marriage?
Of course I do. It's one of the best days of my life. And she gives like a little smile.
Yeah. I think thinking back on like the flashback that we had, like of Theo like absolutely being happy and enamored. I think we see him now just doing like a little bit of like a smirk, like, yeah, it really has been. So I think what will happen then is I think Theo might ask humility there. Have you ever wondered if life could have been different?
How do you mean?
You know, like, what if we didn't meet? Like, what if our families didn't arrange for us to meet? What if, I don't know, what if I wasn't as lucky? What
if you weren't named Theo?
Exactly. What if the keeper of names before me came up with and gave me a name like Paul or Ryan or Adam or Eric, worst of all?
Well, none of those. I'm not even sure if I would want to know you if your name was Adam or Eric.
That's what I'm saying. But those names are in such abundance and they get handed out so easily and readily.
Because they're useless. They're just she kind of like looks down like that. She like points to one of the giants, like just like picking up. Yeah, they're just moving stone from one place to another.
It just looks like Eric. Yeah, it looks like me. Just like
yeah, it's us moving stone up and down. Us in giant form.
It's like yeah, and like you point that, it's like I know that could have been me. Like, what did I do to deserve what I have? I don't like. Sometimes I don't know. I guess sometimes I feel like I don't do enough work, and I think like he's being open and honest to his wife here. Which might not be a good thing.
Do you think something? Do you think there was a mistake made when you were named Theo?
No, not a mistake. And I don't know. I love you, and he like goes in for a kiss, and I think they're gonna. And he asks for her hand again, and let's keep strolling around the rotunda or whatever it's called,
yeah.
Right? And while they're strolling, they see another couple actually getting like ready for proposing, and I think Theo would be like, oh, shh, like look, they're doing a proposal, and we see a younger, sort of like African American descent actor proposing to some girl, and I looked to Fallen. I looked at the Fallen. I looked at Humility, and I go, is that Jen's son? That's Jen's son. That's Virgil.
Oh, it is. How lovely. I wonder what her.
I've never seen that girl. I didn't know he was dating anybody. Did you know?
I didn't. Well, I hope she is. I think she like kind of like squints a little bit and then frowns, and she sees like just a very like small like mark coming out from like her shoulder blade, which is like the mark of another school.
Yeah, totally.
She like frowns a little bit. Oh well.
He could have done better.
Yeah, just like, I suppose that's
what. No,
maybe.
And I think I will end this scene at me asking sort of the question to my wife, being like, now why would you have to go and ruin a good moment like this with that, right?
Yeah.
And I think we would end it at that scene.
Awesome. Okay. Alrighty, my turn. So I think this is later on. It like they've been married for a while now,
Yeah,
and then
totally.
the scene. It's in their home, which is like modernish, like pretty good location in in Apex. Um, like fairly decently sized. Like they've got like a good like a decent sized living area, large bedroom, um, and then humility like arrives home. Like I don't know if like maybe like Theo got home a little bit before her, and then humility arrives a little bit afterwards. And she enters and kind of like goes to and like her get home ritual and like kind of like change and do whatever.
Yeah.
She comes out of their room.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What is humility's like standard dress attire? Like,
Um,
I imagine
I
something
think
very formal, right?
yeah. I think the mark of her school is like right here, like right below, like kind of like on like the very top of the chest here, kind of like
Yeah, between the
sort of,
collarbones,
yeah,
whatever
like
you
right,
call
like
it.
on
What
the
do you call
collarbone.
that?
And so
Sternum?
like
Sternum?
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
this like the very top of the sternum right here. And so like it's a she usually wears like very nice dresses, and like basically anything she wears has like a hole or like an opening here to show off the sigil.
Yeah, absolutely, totally,
But yeah,
totally.
besides that, it's always like and like at work it's always like nicer dresses, and then at home it's kind of more casual stuff. But yeah, like even if like she had to like customize it, there's always like some sort of opening or something
For
here.
the sigil, totally. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she
awesome.
comes out and she's yeah like a shirt and maybe just like some pants or something, like just like maybe it's like maybe she had to work late or something. It was like it's later on, and so she comes out, and she like when Theo looks at her, you can tell she's like looking like a little pensive, maybe just a little like, and then finally she like so um Angela was proposed to today.
What? And I look like are we eating right now?
Maybe, yeah. I like that actually. Yeah, like she's been doing her thing, and then eventually they sit down to eat, and then it's kind of
Yeah.
been a little quiet, and then um um and she nods, and then yes, Angela, she was proposed to today, and her fiance, her groom to be, um took her to the Peak of Sunrise, and like the Peak of Sunrise is like the best place on the mountain to like see like the sun come up. Like it's like just like the happens to
Oh
be
yeah,
the,
yeah.
the right angle where like it's just like when you see stand there
So
like
it's a
in the right.
very special spot, and it's
Oh
like it's
yeah, and
very
it's like
hard to get to. It's
it's
like
very high on the mountain,
exclusive. Yeah,
but yeah, more specifically, it is higher than where Theo took her.
yeah. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Um. Yeah, and she just like says that and kind of lets it like sit for a little bit, and then she like takes a sip or something.
yeah,
Um.
man.
Tends to like
And
wait for me
Theo,
or whatever. Yeah.
like I think Theo like shakes his head. He's like, my wife, my beautiful wife. How many times must we have this conversation? Uh, I'm I took you to a place that I never dreamed as a kid I could make it to. If I had known of the Peak of Sunrise, if I had known, I would have given you everything. I would have taken you to the summit of Apex. I didn't know. I like you can't. It was an innocent error. I thought showing my love to you was the best way I've done. Will you always have this over my head?
I just know that I don't wrong you for it. I don't doubt that you did the best you could, but it'll always be there. And Angela was proposed to higher than me.
Mm,
She, I am the headmistress. She
yeah.
is but a teacher. But even in our difference of positions, when we go to church, when we go to the art show, when we go to dinner with them, it'll always be there, and it'll be something that's it'll just something to think about, hard to get over, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, if there's anybody who deserves that spot, it's you. Far more than that stupid, foolish teacher. I think he probably like gets up and probably like parts her hair back and like kisses her forehead or something like that. And
he kissed her a little bit, and then she smiles and just like nods, and then they go on talking about like something else, but like that the thing fades out like on her, like it kind of zooms in on her face a little bit, and she just like in her eye there's like a little bit of just like, yeah, but there's still nothing you can do. Like,
yeah,
you still proposed to me there. It's still gonna be there.
Like disgust, like
it's like the tiniest glint of it in her eye as we fade out.
Awesome. Cool. So basically our hero failed to sufficiently provide stuff for his wife in a way, like whether incidentally or not, right? So
it's just so funny because like they're doing fantastically.
Yeah, but they always want more. But that's the thing, right? Like they always want more. Like it's perfect for our haven, right? It's like, no, yeah, you did okay, but like,
yeah, exactly.
You know, you could have gotten me sprinkles, you know. You got awesome.
Humanity's like very, very like, yeah, dynamic. Just like she like be super nice, but then she can be such a bitch.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. So let's reflect. I think the hero is beginning to have like those doubts about everything.
Yeah.
About like, man, like I just, it's not, maybe he was able to do that sort of like double think for a while, but like it's just not panning out anymore. It's like I can't do the little mental tricks to like, you know, like church isn't doing anything for me.
Yeah,
my job's not really doing much for me. Like my wife just keeps bringing up how I'm like not like she's hammering home the points, and I'm like, why do you care so much about this?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, don't you see like the effort behind my action? But really, that doesn't matter. All that matters is the title to her, right? And so, like, I think that disparity is coming into light here. So that's where I think that goes on right now. So, I don't think we're ready to go to the final scene.
No, yeah.
Let's rotato. So, so I was the hero. So now I am the fallen. The fallen now was Adam, and Adam, you are now the pillar, and now the hero is you, Ryan. Are you okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, I know the pillar kind of gets a break a little bit when they make a scene, but now it's your chance to shine. So Adam, give us the tradition that we want to examine.
I will say, let's look at some of the religion.
Okay, let's look at their religion.
Sacred. So there's actually zero way for me to come up with a scene on my own. So I'm gonna ask, how do we pull in pride to how the mountain is sacred? Because I have no ideas.
Oh, okay. So it actually ties in a little bit with the art, is that there's different aspects of the mountain that are like more important than others. Like as you get to the peak, like the types of materials that you use, like the marble or whatever from deep in the mountain is super valuable, or like gems or whatever is valuable because it's all given to us from the mountain mother.
Yeah, I think Eric, you're saying it's like a Mother Earth kind of thing. So like it's like the mountain provides for us. The mountain, like its height allows us the chance to be prosperous and
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So when you frame a scene, the rules have like, so scenes are always about the hero, and the hero must be in every scene. You should use scenes to challenge the hero while exploring their life and relationships. And during scenes, we get to explore the flaw and its corruption of the haven. So the hero's player frames the first scene, and the fallen player frames the second scene. As a hero, you should frame scenes that explore the hero's life. As the fallen, you should frame scenes that challenge the hero. So frames, you should frame scenes with the following information: where is the hero, who is with the hero, and what's the situation. And then you can assign secondary characters as necessary.
So the mountain is sacred. So what is okay? So the mountain is sacred, but then what does that have to do with like how does that lead to the downfall? I guess like what part of the mountain being sacred makes people like what makes the society worse because the people make the mountain
I think
sacred?
it's just another like it exemplifies this pride thing, and that like that height on the mountain is
Yeah, it's
so
hypocritical.
important.
The faith
Yeah.
itself is hypocritical, very much like the gospel of wealth idea is. Like,
Yeah.
like so the religion proclaims like the meek will inherit the mountain, right? Yet at the same time, people like construe the texts of whatever they are to be like, no, the mountain is built like a with limited space at the top because those are the most worthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
That's just how a mountain works. Like you just
yeah,
it goes
exactly.
really big, it's
And like
small.
this is the shape. This is the shape that the earth has provided us, and it's
Yeah.
there for a reason, right?
Yeah. They construe it like
Yeah.
so it's not like no like well the meek will inherit, but not everyone can inherit it.
Yeah,
So
not
there has to
everyone
be
can
some,
inherit
yeah.
naturally can inherit all of it, right? Um, so yeah, the duplicity and double talk of the religion could be something that the hero is upset with.
Yeah.
It could be the fact that the
I
religion is
think
doing something actually illegal. Like maybe they're like selling something like you know how the Catholic Church was selling forgiveness confessions or whatever like a long time ago. Perhaps they're doing something like that. Perhaps like underneath something like that. Like the hero uncovers something like that. Um,
Um, I think it'd just be easier if our hero like just fully recognizes the total hypocrisy of the religion that's there.
yeah, no, absolutely. If you want to make a
So
scene about the religion, like him giving up his religion or something like that, absolutely, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really good. That's a really powerful
Yeah.
scene idea.
Especially since we can jump around. This
Sub
scene
LZT.
could be like right before the whole the collapse, but we jump around a little bit
Yeah,
still. But like
yeah, totally.
this could be like yeah.
so I think that so what sort of what's how do people worship with their religion in this case then?
Um,
Are
there's
there
nothing
like
been established. I assume there's probably some sort of temples in the mountain, but
Mm-hmm.
ooh
this wasn't
yeah
established, so
I
make it
think so,
up.
I think that's
This is
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's your time to shine, man. Whatever you
so
want to
Yeah.
add to stuff that doesn't contradict anything left established now is fair game.
okay so I
Mm-hmm.
think it's we're somewhere under the we're somewhere underground and
Okay,
there's some sort of like
religious holiday or
like
something.
church or temple where
Yeah,
there's like the gems from like the top of the mountain have been like construed or constructed into some sort of like temple or like stained glass like sort of like
Mm.
oh
imagery
yeah, yeah.
and
So this
it's
is like an important temple that we're in.
yeah and it's like that you see him like do they do I want them to be I think he's just like how do people worship I think is an important question um
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
they,
I mean, I
I
was
think
going with a lot of
I,
Christian motifs here, so like I was
yeah.
thinking about like having a
do they
priest, but it's totally up to you.
Mm-hmm.
sure let's go with that so yeah he's like in the church and he's like listening to the sermon about how the mountain's for everyone and like how everyone's supposed to like be like on is like welcome under the mountain or whatever and
Yeah, who's he there with?
Ask not what the mountain will do for you. Ask what you will do for your mountain.
yeah I think there is so the priest is here he's here um is his wife religious I don't think his wife is all that religious maybe Idris is Jen's religious so maybe Jen's here
Okay, that
and
makes sense.
yeah and then so he's just like he came here to like feel better at some after like some incident or something, and he's like he came here to like worship or like to make himself feel better by having the religion like wash over him and just like forget about whatever awful shit that happened to him earlier today.
Yeah.
So he's just like listening to the sermon, and what something the sermon says triggers him and reminds him of something awful that happened earlier, and he's just like, this is
Sure.
fucking
What was that?
bullshit. Probably something along the lines of how like everyone. I think he was at his job earlier, and
Sure.
he had to give and he was like. And he was, I think he was getting evaluated at his job about
Oh
who's
yeah,
giving,
totally.
about who's giving names to, and he just freely gives. I think that Theo is the type of person who would just freely give names to anybody. If they want that name, they can just have it.
Oh yeah. No. Can I, as the antagonist, I'm gonna say that there was or the fallen. There's a consequence kind of him giving those names.
Yeah.
Like this isn't like an actual performance thing. It was like this is a disciplinary meeting of being like, hey, you're overdoing your quota of good names.
Yeah, and he's just like,
And you're like, I don't give a fuck.
yeah,
Yeah.
like people want their names, people can have their names.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Maybe
so-
Jen brought him here to just be like, no, let's go to church, just like get your mind off things.
Oh
and
yeah, like
it's the
reminder,
exact
like,
opposite of what
yeah, and he's just like reminded like this is for everyone.
Uh-huh.
And I think like
hmm
fucking everyone in my ass. Like the fuck is this? Like I can't. What do I have to have a quota?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
I think he should,
So what does the hero do?
I think the hero like he hears this and he's like, "Did you fucking listen to this?" Like he like turns to Jen like, listen to this bullshit. Like like for everyone. Like why can't I give a name to everyone? What the fuck did you bring me here for? Like
he like Jen like looks over as like he starts like kind of getting a little uppity and like he's right in the middle of it. Are you listening to him?
Are you even
if you
seeing this?
I think if you truly listened, you would be able to understand.
I think he stands up and he just like he brings it to the priest. What do you mean like the mountains for everyone? If the mountains for everyone, like it just doesn't even work that way. We're on a mountain. He like shouts at the priest like, if it's for everyone, why am I stuck giving like these like bullshit names? And I think he like takes his bracelet and like he like rips it off and he throws it at him.
Oh my god. Yeah. Awesome. Yep.
Oh man.
Do you want to play
That's like-
how does the priest react, Eric?
Man.
I think the priest I think he pauses his sermon. Like I think this is like one of the first times this has happened.
hmm
And like
I think everyone's like staring at like at Theo after he like
everyone doesn't know what I think I actually like the idea of
People,
it like everyone being silent. Like
Yeah.
they're unsure of what happened.
Yeah, like you like ripping off the bracelet and just throwing it to the ground is like if you like slapped your kid in public or something. Just like,
Yeah, like
crap, did he just do that?
like and you're not like a riffraff member of society. Like you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
did something and you're like, what did just happen? Was that his bracelet? And like he probably like like picks up the bracelet or whatever and he's like, Theo? I'm confused. Like he's perplexed and everybody's kind of like looking around like murmuring, like looking at you, looking at the priest, and the priest isn't really sure what to do, so he just calls your name.
and he's like he probably reiterates the line that the priest said about how everyone's supposed so everyone's supposed to be fucking equal. Like
Yeah.
why is my name so much better than he just points to someone like random in the crowd who looks like they're not like high up or like they have a high name. It's like look at that like him. What makes me any better than this guy? And like
Yeah.
just because I have this stupid bracelet, just because I have this dumb name.
And yeah, Jen's like looking around because like he's in a mixture of like being like aghast at this and also like, oh crap, my friend is causing this huge scene. What do I do?
I think
So, like, yeah.
Oh yeah, I think the consequence to this is that you are going to have some serious like church societal like things
Dude,
to answer
I think
about this.
he's gonna have like consequences for everybody. Like his wife's gonna talk
Oh yeah, like everyone's
yeah.
gonna be like, what the
What's up,
fuck
yeah.
did you just do? And yeah, the big thing right now would be, I think like, do you just like get up and leave? I assume you just like badass don't look behind you and walk out, right?
Yeah, he throws that, he says that, and he's like,
Yeah, exactly, and you peace.
no,
And so
Okay,
people
that's-
just,
yeah,
like,
so
just like walks off, like,
yeah,
no,
so like
Jen
we
goes
see
to,
sorry.
Jen Jen will probably like get the bracelet and like apologize, just like profusely,
Yeah.
like do a like bow or however.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
whatever the thing is when you approach the altar. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, he'll take it and just like I'm so sorry. I don't know what's come over him. I will try to speak some sense into him, Father.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the scene
Praise the mountain and the stone that it grants us, and then kind of like hurriedly, like embarrassed, kind of like trying to hide his face, like just
Like rushes out, yeah, to go
Yeah.
find him. Like Theo, wait,
What are you doing?
Theo, come on, what
Get
the
back here.
Yeah, exactly, right? And like that's how the scene ends.
Mhm.
Oh, it's fucking awesome. Great
I
scene,
just
Ryan.
love like the just the intensity of him like ripping the bracelet off and just throwing it to the ground.
Yeah. Awesome. So, I think
So let's throw me some Fallout.
oh yeah. No, I think what we're gonna do I think what we're gonna
Give that-
have
give it
is
to me.
we're gonna go back to humility and Theo eating dinner. And we're doing this a couple weeks later. And I think humility probably was like, it's fine, whatever. You know what I mean? But like deep down is upset with this. And actually, Adam, you have to remind me again. What was the name of the teacher?
Angela.
Angela. So I think they're eating dinner, and humility just drops the bomb that Angela's gunning for my position. And your most recent outcry has disadvantaged my position, Theo.
Oh.
What are we going to do about this?
She's
Get wrecked, man.
He's like, Theo's probably like, I imagine Theo being like super sheepish, like he was not thinking at all about the outlash.
Oh no, he wasn't thinking about other people or the ramifications.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely,
Dude,
totally.
He definitely has his own pride going on. I don't know.
You just sit
He,
there
like,
kind of
he, like,
dumbfounded.
he like sighs and is like sheepish, like.
All right. I
Sorry.
think humility offers you an ultimatum. It's like you have to go to the Stone Fathers and submit to their judgment for that action, and you need to do that before Wednesday. Otherwise, I'm going to the courts, and we're going to have our arrangement annulled. Because I can't have you tarnishing my reputation as the headmistress. Very, very transactional. Like, you're doing this, or we're just going to terminate this because and she looks at you bluntly, like, a termination of our relationship would be better off than our current circumstances for me, for my own advancement.
I think he's like, don't you care about us at all? Like, do you like does how long have they been married? However long.
Oh, they've been like decade, yeah.
Oh, John,
Yeah.
he's like, we've been married for decades, and you're just gonna throw it away because I don't have I threw away my name. Does it really matter that much?
And she looks at you like there's like a really, really intense pause, right? Like a silence. And she's like, they're like this close to each other, like their eyes there. And she's like, yes. Like, without me and my position, there is no us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how can you and she like pushes you, like pokes you or whatever, and like push, and it's like, how can you? Do you think everything is sunshine and rainbows? That things just get handed out? No, you must work for it, and we must work as individuals because that's what makes us stronger. Is by each of us being strong. And you're just throwing this away. I don't know what happened ever since that chat we had on that ridiculous bench, where in the ridiculous poor place you proposed to me. You've just been acting like a lunatic, Theo. So apologize to me, and she pokes you again. Like, apologize to the Stone Fathers, submit to their judgment, or we're through. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like super repentant, like fuck.
Being a fallen is all about like, oh, I'm just gonna put this dagger
man.
right here and just twist.
You'll leave this here in your back for a
Yeah.
while.
So,
Oh my
boom.
gosh.
Yeah, this is a Hawaiian ass. This is a very character-driven game.
Extremely.
Totally character-driven game. Because we build a society and we examine the society's flaws through the lens of these characters. So absolutely, it's through these characters' actions that we see how pride interacts and intersects with everybody. So, cool. I think that's the scene. Unless you want to have an answer to whether you're going to submit or go to that, or that could be a different scene.
I think the first step to our hero like to like face the pride would have to give up his own. So I think he says, "Fine, do whatever you want." He just lets it go.
Fuck.
Oh.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. We just close on him, just like fine, and then.
And then we
that's
see
so
we see
good.
we see like the camera like angle around behind him. We don't get to see her like expression, and we just see him like look down and look like petulant, like, and then the scene ends. It like fades to black.
Oh, that was so good. That was such an amazing scene. Thank you guys. That was incredible. Awesome. So now we rotate again.
Yes.
Or I guess maybe a little bit of a reflection. Is there anything else you wanted to add, Ryan?
No, I think that's it.
Yeah, that you're becoming more complacent at the fact you must give things up because you believe this.
Yeah.
Or not complacent, but acceptant. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. So now we change hats again. So now I become the pillar. Ryan, you become the fallen. And Adam, you're now the hero.
I'm the hero.
So I think what we're going to look at is I think I want to go with name.
Okay.
Again, and how names interfere with stuff. So, Adam, take it away with
Okay.
the scene of where and when and what's going on, and who's there.
The idea is slowly forming together. I think. So this is like a flashback to Theo's first day on the job. Maybe I think Jen, like maybe he's worked there like just for a little while, maybe like a month or two, and so he like kind of knows the ropes, and so Jen Theo's first day as an automator, and he's with Jen, and Jen's kind of like showing him the ropes and stuff, and like Theo's just kind of like okay, yep. So like
Yeah.
these are the names, and you come up with them here, and then you assign them to the bracelets here, and like so that, and he's just as he's showing him around.
Oh, can I add a little spice here for Jen?
Yeah.
I think Jen, when he's showing him around and stuff, like, see, like, my dad's been working here forever, and he got me the job, so I practically grew up in this place. I know where everything is. Trust me, I got you covered. Because, fairness and nepotism.
Awesome. Yep. And so yeah, as Jen's showing around, like I think this is the point where where the names are actually come up with, and so like there's there's a room where it's like the list, and it's just like piles and like mountains, like almost like
of parchments.
Yeah. No, wait. It's a very metaphorical like scene of like a mountain of paper.
Names. Oh my God! Yeah.
So like it does like stuff like that, and there's like sheet like lists and papers and like tomes of books and stuff where the names are kept, and it's just like
how appropriate.
Taking it all in, and then so Jen, we just get names from this, and it looks up at like the very peak, like so what makes those names so good up there?
He looks at you weird. He's like, those are the religious names. Those are the names that we all aspire to be. I mean, he looks at you and you still look confused.
No, I mean, I know, I get how it works, of course, but how are the names made?
Oh. I think Jen says he shrugs and he's like, I don't know. My dad just always had a pile of them. I actually don't know. I never bothered asking. And he punches your arm, and he goes like, come on, man, let me see the rest of this stuff. Oh, it's like, oh, he's like, no, he does. He punches you. He's like, hold on, man, I got this girl here who works here. I want you to meet.
Okay.
like he's
Yeah,
he's trying to distract you from like don't think too hard about it.
And so, he looks back to the top and I think since this is earlier on, he's not gonna press it too much.
Exactly, right. Yeah.
Yeah. So he just kind of he looks up again and just kind of I guess I'm new, so maybe I'll
Yeah,
learn
you'll
eventually.
pick it up or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally. Yeah.
yeah, okay. I mean, I'll learn on the job, I guess. So yeah, sure.
Awesome.
I'd love to meet her. And I think the fact that he's saying I'd love to meet her, and he didn't ask what's her name, is just a little thing.
Ooh.
Like he didn't the immediate question wasn't, oh, what's her name? It's, oh yeah, sure, yeah, let's meet her. I'd like to talk to her a little bit.
Yeah. So I think it would just be I don't know, some girl named Vision or Destiny or something like that, or some sort of thing dream related.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, so,
Aspire.
Fades and we go to maybe a break room or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just we're putting very modern ideas into our medieval world.
Yeah. But yeah, I know there's a company break room or whatever, there's some sort of place where people congregate.
Yeah.
And what?
So I guess. Yeah, so they've been introduced.
Yeah. Well, if you want, actually, I think that girl. I think her name will be Vision. I think
Sure.
Vision asks, looks at you, and she looks you up and down. She's like, "What school did you go to? I don't see your tattoo."
Oh, it's, and he can turns and taps his side.
Oh, and I think she smirks. She's like, "Huh, you didn't like Summit School either, did you?"
It was all right, I suppose.
Oh wait, or were you one of those Pinnacle brats?
No, I went to Summit. It was, I learned. I think I learned a lot, but it was school.
Cool.
Yeah, just oh.
Yeah, and I think she kind of looks, is like, "You're cute. I'll see you around," and she takes her coffee and goes back.
Yeah.
And right before she leaves to leave, she gives a little look back behind her shoulder and then just leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And Jen probably just looks at you and is like, "What did you do? You just what? How do you do that with girls?"
And he kind of just shrugs and I don't know. I guess I just have my ways.
And he looks at you and he's like, or you just, it's like, "Man, it's that name, man. It's like, you got the golden name."
Theo's been good to me.
Awesome.
Cool. All right, Fallen, bring it on.
So, what scene do I want to? What do I want to see?
I have a suggestion. Or I have something that I would like to see messed with.
Go ahead.
That mountain of names. At his work, but that's totally up to you.
Okay.
I think you still, as a Fallen, still have to follow the same twisting of a tradition. So you still have to follow something involving naming.
Okay, so
But,
I think that it's some X day on the job, probably before he threw your name away,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
where I think someone with a low, or without a name yet, or with a low level name comes in, a non-religious name comes in, and he's asking for his son, um, if he could have like one of the religious names.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So maybe so
And
maybe like, this is one of the like. So maybe like he's been working here for like a little while and like he's like like so like this is the first time he's had to like think like he's encountering this kind of thing, maybe.
Mm.
Or is it? I guess yeah. Or however you were picturing it.
yeah, first, yeah, sure. This will be the first time that someone who's like who it wasn't just like an obvious like I'll take the name that obviously that fits my status.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. And so like
So how does Theo react to like having someone ask for whatever
Is this
name
an in-person interview?
yeah. I guess I'm not sure how it like. I guess if it's like I'm not sure if it's like very DMV-esque where it's just like okay next in line or if it's like a personal much more personal thing.
Well, even if it is, it's
Um,
like you see the person. It's not like
Yeah,
people write
I
in.
imagine, yeah, I totally imagine
Yeah.
like papers please, but they come
Yeah,
in, they
yeah.
file in line by line for
Yeah.
Yeah, totally like a papers please kind of thing. Totally.
Sweet, yeah. Um. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, like it comes in and like he like let me, can I see your? Of course, thank you. And he looks at it and like, oh, you want the name Abraham?
Yes.
And he
Oh.
looks
Please,
like
it's for my son.
and he like looks and like
And
he looks
he's
like,
like he's not like dressed like in
oh
nice
yeah yeah yeah
clothes. He
Yeah.
is like very raggedy or very poor looking clothes. It's like leather or like it's like thrown together like leather or whatever.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah like the son's like not wearing shoes or something like totally like yeah so he looks at the two of them and did you yeah he's kind of he's very taken aback just like this is not how it goes like he's like he like look he like leans over and like gets like a book or something and then I know these are available out where the application was there's a larger list here where you can choose from these and I can send this through immediately.
Please, I want my son to have a better life. Like
Uh, and he looks at he looks at the child and looks back to him and looks at the paper and it's like yeah it's kind of just like in his head just like running through it it's like another one of like the very first like branching down like well it's just a name
yeah.
like why does it matter like that like me checking this box means that this child is going to be go down this path.
He's gonna just have a
Checking
better
this
life.
box means he's going to be stay exactly where he is, and so he kind of like grabs a quill or whatever. He kind of like looks around. He kind of like, looks back out of his like little station, sees that like his supervisor isn't nearby or whatever. Like looks around, like maybe he sees Jen and like another
Like busy with someone else. Yeah.
Yeah, he's busy with someone else, and then he looks back to a paper and then he like just slowly like signs it and like shuffles it in with some other papers and pushes it back and then keeps signs it and like keeps like one slip like so he can initiate it or whatever and then gives the rest like of the applications back and
Yeah, and the look on the guy's face is of like he is ecstatic at the
yeah
fact that you're
like,
that
just
you-
he Theo's just kind of like just nodding like just like
like yeah, this is I'm doing the right thing.
He's like just you'll hear more in a few days. But it's very clear he did like if it was denied he would have like thrown it away or like nope you're gonna have to go back or whatever. He like signed it and kept it so it's like this is going through but just like
Yeah, and then I think the man like pushes his son and the son says thank you in his quiet little voice.
Yeah, so like Theo like just kind of like he like nods a little bit and that's like yep sure and he like they leave and he kind of like looks at the paper again and just like he's like a deep sigh
So
and files it with the rest of like his to be assigned sheets.
so what is the consequence?
I think that I think the consequence will be that he'll have to have he's gonna have like some sort of disciplinary action like his supervisor's gonna see that he gave some random kid off the street a like high-ranking name
Mhm.
for what appears to be no reason at all.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like Theo's not experienced enough yet to game the system, and so it's just very obvious what he did.
Yeah, so
Oh
I think
yeah.
he probably gets like yelled at or has like
Oh, he has to attend some sort of religion course.
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And a similar religious appeasement type course as well
Or
as
even,
like discipline.
Maybe it's even more ridiculous in that like it's like a name course, and like so we're just gonna go
Yeah.
over the names again. Like Abraham is the
Like
the
a really good name.
the
Yeah.
patriarch of this, and like,
Yeah.
like yes, I've gone through this 1,000 times.
Oh, that's so good. That's awesome. Cool. So, yeah. So that was the fallen scene, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
So reflections. I know that was like a fast or a flashback, but so I think which was really cool because we got a little bit more insight on like how important names are and how everything works, and so like giving up your name is like super faux pas.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it's like it shows like his first introduction, like his very first like the tape, like it's starting to tip, and like wait, this is a little ridiculous now that I'm actually
Doing
in the
it.
midst of it. Yeah, like now that I'm actually doing it and seeing like this is it's literally I check this box and you're gonna have a good life, and I check this box and nothing's gonna change for you. Like
Yeah,
why
like you have
do
this.
I have this power?
Yeah, you have so much power.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's move on to the next part. So we rotate again. We change the hats.
Back to pillar.
Actually, well, before we do that, it is 10:35, so we basically just did our second hour.
Okay.
So let's take another 5-minute break.
Okay.